This episode of the Opie Radio podcast sponsored by Blue Chew. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets and at a fraction of the cost. Try Blue Chew free when you use the promo code OPIE, O-P-I-E at checkout. Just pay the $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code OPIE to receive your first month free. And now on with the show. I'm just waiting for Judd, man. There's some shit going down today, people. I was minding my own business, relaxing, getting ready for the Islanders game, doing some bills and boring shit. And next thing you know, my phone rings and Brother Weeze calls me up. He goes, "Hey, your boy Vic Henley's in the paper." And then I said, "What paper?" And he said, "The New York Post." I said, "Well, the New York Post is a shit paper." He goes, "Brah, you got to read the article, brah." So, and then he filled me in a little bit, and he's like, "Can you come on my radio show tomorrow to talk about your pal Vic Henley?" I'm like, "I'll absolutely do that." And then as soon as I hung up with Brother Weeze, all of a sudden my phone blew up, and it was this man right here, my good friend, Judd Jones. What's up, brother?
Come and take it, motherfuckers.
I like that. You guys
shit, dude. Here's something. I swear to fucking Christ, I can't even believe this is so great.
Yeah.
Yes, this is fucking hilarious. Yesterday, because I'm in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday, I'm near Cape Canaveral, like I'm where they do the rockets and the SpaceX and the Elon Musk and all that, right?
Sure.
Yesterday, there's a helicopter circling around over the river that's in the back of the house, right?
Right.
And that's not unusual to see, but he kept going and he kept going. And I went on the second floor and I looked in the binoculars and there's a couple of boats and the helicopters circling around. In the news later that day, no shit, fucking dead body found in the river, bound and tied, bound up with like speaker wire. Like this is some shit going on. Look, this is the first one. I'm a Texas guy. I'm in Florida. This is the first dead body. It's right out here. Look it up, Orlando News. It says right. Merritt Island, dead body in the Banana River.
Come on now.
Not me. You can't prove shit.
You guys
look, I'll tell you what. Look, the reality is it's one of two things.
Yeah.
It's either a homeless drug thing or somebody in Orlando killed somebody and dumped them off in Merritt Island off the bridge. Like those are the two options.
Well, I mean, there's people that think you're a serial killer. Let's cut to the chase. On the last live stream, you were talking about how you and your dad found your dad's neighbor dead on the toilet. And then it proceeded to have you tell a bunch of stories about dead people all around you, Judd. Death follows you.
Sometimes you find a dead body in a lake, dude.
Where were you when Vic Henley died there, Judd Jones?
Oh, I was down here in Florida.
For the people that don't know, I met Judd Jones through Vic Henley. Judd Jones is also a comedian, and Judd Jones was also a very close friend of Vic's. In many ways, probably closer than I was because you guys lived right next to each other. So you guys got to hang out a lot. You were his neighbor.
Right. Right next door.
Right next door. So Weeze wants me on his show tomorrow to talk about this.
Girlfriend of late comedian Vic Henley says she should get his New York City pad.
Weeze tells me the whole story. I go and read the article. I'm like livid. I'm jumping out of my skin. I want to punch somebody. And then as soon as I finished reading the article, I go, I got to call Judd Jones. And as I'm picking up my phone is blowing up from you with the same exact article. What are the odds of that?
As soon as I saw it, I was like, yep, I got to send this to the dude.
I could easily just read the article and we could go from there. There's some bullshit going on tonight there, Judd Jones. I can't beat around the bush.
It's bullshit. It's shady. It sucks. If you want to, go ahead and read it and fucking irritate me and piss me off even more than I was earlier. But that's all right. I'm drunk enough and stoned enough to where I feel optimistic.
we got to explain what we know about Vic's girlfriend here. We both know her.
We do.
I didn't have anything bad to say about her until this article came out. I'll tell you the goddamn truth.
I've always liked her.
For the people that don't know, Vic Henley was married twice. He always told me he never wanted to get married again. I got to put that out there. He had this girlfriend that was a long-distance relationship. She lived up there in Ohio, and Vic lived on the Upper East Side in a decent-sized apartment, like almost a two-bedroom, I would say. I think it was a one, but you could kind of make that other room into a bedroom, sort of.
Well, he had it as a living room, so I think you call it a one-bedroom living room in the front kind of thing. Yeah. But first floor on the Upper East Side, oak floors. What was it? Fucking 12-foot ceilings. You know, like patio out back. Like, yeah, it was a nice spot for sure.
Outdoor space where he had no problem killing pigeons. Remember, we talked about that?
That's right. That's that redneck in him.
So they had a long distance relationship. She lived in Ohio. She had how many kids? I think four kids. From time to time, Vic would go up there and see her and stay for a bit. And she would come down every once in a while to New York, but not a lot, right?
No, he would go there. She would come to New York. They saw each other like once every month and a half, 2 months, something like that. Like might be 3 or 4 days on one side, 3 or 4 days in the city. If he had spots at the Strip hosting, she'd be up there at the club while he, sitting in the front while he's hosting, as I was on shows times where she was there too.
They were definitely seeing each other, but I never thought it was like a incredibly serious relationship. It was a nice relationship. I know that Vic didn't want to get too serious with the whole thing, especially I know he didn't want to get married. And
yeah, for sure. Right? Yeah, no, he definitely didn't want to get married, and they were a long-term relationship. I guess that's subjective, but yeah, it was like 2012, I think, to when he before he died. That's important to the which is part of the reason why I've gotten drunk and stoned since I heard this news, and it's irritated the fuck out of me.
Right.
So much. So yeah.
The other thing before I reach for the article, the fact is, at the end of Vic's life, they were broken up. Vic and this girl were broken up. Vic was pissed because she wasn't returning his phone calls anymore. They were broken up, which is key to the story I'm about to tell. And then you got text messages where you helped Vic fucking mail her shit back to Ohio.
February 27th, 2020.
February 27th.
February 27th, 2020.
That's when Vic said, "Here's your shit."
Subpoena the UPS VP, whatever the fucking code.
Right.
Subpoena it. February 27th, 2020.
I remember I was hanging out with Vic, and I was like, "What's going on with that?" And he's like, she's just not returning my calls anymore. And it was a while. And I go, "Dude, considering you guys had a long-term relationship, I feel like maybe she found someone local and she just doesn't want to tell you." And he's like, whatever, man. I'm mailing her shit back. And you got the exact date, February 27th, 2020.
That's exactly when it was. After I saw what you're talking about, I looked at my text messages, which is a little tough to do in general.
Yeah.
Looking at like Vic's text messages, but I kind of knew when it was, and I went right to it. And it was February 27th. There was a period of time, weeks before that, probably at least 3 or 4, maybe a month, 3 weeks, a month, where like just like you think about it, like the person that you're married to or your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, how often you would text each other, whether you're in the same town or out of town or whatever. That's pretty often. Like you're seeing what's going on, and then all of a sudden it just stopped, and he's not getting, and so he's calling, and no, and then I can't talk now, and no response on the and it's going, and he comes over one day and we're out in the back doing our thing, fucking having fun, bullshitting. And he was like, "Yeah, buddy." He's like, she won't even respond to me. And then he was like, "I still love her and all this." And I'm like, "Pull your fucking panties up, dude. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's just some broad, like, fuck her if she's not, this is my mentality, right? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I don't know. I think it's over. And then he was saying, he was like, I think she's gotten back with her ex, the father of her 4 kids, because apparently there's some sort of, there's like a financial incentive to do that, from what Vic said. I don't know the details behind it, but and he's like, I think, blah blah, and like he's over there more often. And this is what's going on then, at that time. And I'm like, fuck her, dude. Like, what, move on. Like, look, Vic wasn't a spring chicken, but we've been on shows together. Chicks come up. It's like, he's not like locked into, this, I'm like, fuck, come on. What, let it ride.
This is like a big story in the New York paper today. Girlfriend of late comedian Vic Henley says she should get his New York City pad. Yeah. Are there any nice people out there?
Not when there's money on the table, dude.
At every fucking turn, that evil money will get the best of people, man. Boy, do I know that shit.
You can only trust your family, but if it's a certain amount of money on the table, you might not be able to trust them.
Oh, my God. So I got to read this article.
There's things that I just don't know for sure one way or the other. Like, I just, I don't know that there was an apartment agreement, something like that. I don't know what he might have ever said to her at all as far as that specifically.
Fair enough.
But I know a lot of other things that point the arrow in the other fucking direction.
Well, all right, let's finally start reading this, because a lot of this stuff will come to light, all right?
Makes me want to punch myself in the face, I swear to Christ.
So once again, here's the headline, and then I'll finally start reading. Girlfriend of late comedian Vic Henley says she should get his New York City pad on the Upper East Side. I think the thing's worth close to $1 million. We're talking about $1 million right now.
Well, it's I'll say you're right around the ballpark. I'll say that, and I know that for a fact. And as far as I knew, a month ago, from the people who would know, the apartment sold. And Vic's brother is kind of dealing with everything after Vic passed away, and I even remember I told you I talked to Vic's mom, and she told me she had COVID, and that pissed me off because that fucking optometrist didn't wear a fucking mask in Alabama. Fuck.
Did she get it in her eye?
I don't know. He got too close. Breathed in her eye right there. He got the fucking machine.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
That would suck.
These fucking people. Dude. But she told me in that conversation, which was over a month ago, that they had sold, the apartment was sold.
Yeah.
So, as far as when it was signed, done, I don't know. But the people in and around, it was done.
Can I go back to the optometrist? So I got the LASIK.
That's another one. That's a fucking another one.
No, listen to me. So I got the LASIK back in 2020. To this day I could see 2015. I'm better than 2020. And I was the guy with the contacts and the glasses my entire life, but I got that procedure. But before that, I stopped going to the optometrist because it was so weird and awkward. You would look into that thing, and then the guy would be this close looking in the thing on the other side, and always, without a doubt,
breathing on you, liver and onions.
Right, man. Yeah. So I mean, Vic's mom, what I know, she's still dealing with the death of her son. You should never bury her
you think?
children. All right, so girlfriend of late comedian Vic Henley says she should get his New York City pad. The longtime girlfriend of late New York City comedian Vic Henley claims that she should inherit his Manhattan apartment, not his family. She's fighting Vic Henley's family. Holy shit.
Well, see, that's where it stopped for me. Like, that's where it stopped for me, because in my mind, when it said family and, that she's getting involved with this, again, Vic died last year. His mother had to deal with that. COVID hit. She's been by herself in that house in Alabama forever, doing what everyone told her she needs to do. Then she gets COVID when she goes to the doctor. Vic's brothers have dealt with the death of their little brother, and all this, and then COVID, and everything's on top of this. And again, they're not needing for anything.
Right.
Trust me. They just want to be done with it. His brother flew up there on a private jet, to go up there and take care of X's and O's after Vic died.
Right.
and did what he needed to do initially that you would hope somebody would do, in your family initially. Yeah. And so that's what they are.
The Opie and Anthony regular who
Right.
died unexpectedly of a pulmonary embolism at age 57 in April 2020, had been dating and living with blank since 2012, according to her Manhattan Supreme Court lawsuit from Tuesday.
Yeah, there's
Supreme Court lawsuit.
Right. There was no living together in any way, shape, or form. Like I said, her ex didn't allow them to sleep in the same bed if the kids were there. If he went to Ohio,
right.
She came to visit him every month and a half to 2 months. There was no living together for years, even before I knew him. And his whole thing, he was never getting married, never having kids. He got married twice already. It didn't matter what happened. He's never getting married. Never getting married. Never getting married. Oh, this was a mantra. This is like,
Look, I'm trying to be nice. He definitely liked her and stuff, but he was like, I'm never gonna get married. He's like, what? And she's gonna move down here with 4 kids and live in my tiny apartment. It ain't happening.
Well, that was the argument, because if that topic had ever come up, he told me that he's like, fuck, I'm not moving to Ohio. Like, right. I'm not doing that. And it's not like, so we have a thing that's there. So I don't want, that's what he said to me from the outset. That's what he said to multiple people. I think multiple people would back that up, that he has said that. Like, that's just not on his radar, because he's done it twice already. He's got a long distance thing with somebody who's over there. They see each other every month and a half, 2 months, maybe sometimes more.
It was here and there though, man. I mean,
nobody would ever say they lived together. They never lived together. Nobody would ever say that. Nobody would ever say that.
Not even close, man.
No,
not even close to living together. The amount of times I hung out with just me and Vic, I mean, me and Vic might as well have been dating and living together.
Right. I've been over to his apartment tons of times. We barbecued and shit. Right. I think,
Me and you definitely spent more time with Vic Henley than he did with this girl. I mean.
Oh, for sure.
And the few times I hung out with her, I did like her. I gotta be honest in that regard.
Me too. For
All
sure.
right, let's continue. The comic didn't leave a will behind, but told this girl, his girlfriend at the time, that he wanted her to have his Upper East Side apartment if anything ever happened to him, the court papers claimed. During their relationship, Henley frequently and repeatedly advised her that it was his intention to bequest his home to her in the event that he deceased her, the court documents claim. Oh my God, this is such bullshit. And I mean,
that's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he told me. That's the defense. That's what it is. That's what he told me. He told me that. That's all there is to say about it. Yeah.
But that's such bullshit. Like, first of all, Vic never really even talked about goddamn dying.
No. Well, no. Well, no, that's not true. That's not true. He did say that he would never leave New York, and he said, I'm going to die in that motherfucking apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've told you this. Like, me and some other comedians from the comic strip were laughing about this. I got texts from people of every background, race, male, female, who said, holy shit, he died in his apartment.
Yeah.
Because that was like the joke he said. He's like, doesn't matter what. Like, fuck it, I'm never leaving New York. I'm going to die in that apartment. Like, that was his thing.
All right. We'll read the rest of this ridiculous article with Judd Jones, but I got to break in for a second here to talk about Father's Day. Father's Day right around the corner. What are you getting your dad? Well, I suggest you get him a boner. That's right. Boners for dads for Father's Day. Why not? And Blue Chew can help you out with this. Certainly they can. You can try Blue Chew for free, by the way. Use the promo code OPIE, O-P-I-E at checkout. Just pay the $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code OPIE to receive your first month free. Boners for dads for Father's Day. Oh, yeah. Don't give him another tie. Help him get a boner. Oh, I know that sounds creepy, but when I think of Father's Day, I think of genitalia. because I know where I came from. I mean, you can make believe all you want that your parents were sitting around just blowing fairy dust all over the room, eating cotton candy while you gently floated from heaven on a fluffy cloud. Too much? Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the good old US of A and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help you out, certainly. And of course, Father's Day, get your dad a boner! And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use the promo code OPIE, O-P-I-E, at checkout. Just pay the $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code OPIE, to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. And now back to Judd Jones.
So read that last part again, because I want it to re-anger me.
The comic didn't leave a will behind, but told her that he wanted her to have the Upper East Side apartment if anything ever happened to him, the court papers claim. During their relationship, Henley frequently and repeatedly advised her that it was his intention to bequest his home to her in the event that he predeceased her, the court documents claim.
Well, my question would be, was he discussing this with her in the last 2.5 months of his life when he was railing some Australian broad he met at the bar?
Whoa!
That's what I want to know.
Whoa!
Because he had that going on because
Right.
he mailed, and I drove him in our car to take a UPS box full of her shit to send back to her in Ohio because she stopped responding to him.
Right.
Right. So did that. Then all of a sudden he's got some chick that he met at the bar who's down for fun and wants as much restrictions as he does.
Right.
And he was having a grand old fucking time.
And when did he mail back the stuff? Was it February 27th?
February 27th, 2020.
2020.
February 27th, 2020.
A mere month and a half before he died. The pair who were planning to tie the knot in the future.
Now that was a shock.
How many times have I said on this live stream that he always said, the one thing I can tell you about Vic Henley, he always told me he was married twice. He'll never get married again.
Never going to get
Never
married.
get married
Never get married.
again.
Not doing that again. I got the perfect situation. That's
Right.
That's what it was.
We're planning to tie the knot in the future.
Now you're getting into like, did he say something to her in a night of fun and drink and whatever? I don't know. People say shit all the time. But when it comes down to right and wrong, law and order, and the whole fucking thing, there ain't no fucking way. They didn't live together.
Right.
They weren't even together the last almost 2 months of his life. He went on and met some other chick who was like actually successful chick, and it was great. It was like a perfect setup, like a bar chick. You know, maybe it'll work out. Maybe, hey, it worked out. She's got her own shit going, and they would just, if it worked out, it worked out. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, he had totally moved on. It was done. Over.
The pair who were planning to tie the knot in the future had been living together from the start of their relationship in both her Cleveland, Ohio home and his East 90th Street pad in an arrangement Henley jokingly called mid-coastal, according to the court papers.
Mid-coastal?
Living together. He would go up there and visit her every once in a while, and then she would come down every once in a while and hang out with him.
Yeah.
Henley even referred to her as his wife. Oh my God! We cannot accept that as his friends that are still living. He never referred to her as his wife. She's going for a money grab. Oh my God!
All right, I when I read that part again, it fucking elevated me, even more. they were never going to live together. They were never going to be married. They were, what was the last one?
Henley even referred to her as his wife and called his place our home. The filing, says, adding that her children would often visit the apartment and that she redecorated the place and filled it with furniture. Let's start with the kids. There were 4 of them. And I gotta speak for Vic Henley. He adored those kids.
Definitely
he really liked those kids. Took them under his wing and really was very supportive. And he was there for those kids. But the fact is, I knew Vic. I don't even know how many years. I only heard that they came down once, maybe twice. Am I wrong there, Judd Jones? You lived right next to Vic Henley.
I know that I want to say maybe 2 or 3 times since I knew him, like 2016. And one of them was they went to Carl's restaurant and they were throwing fucking dough balls into the fucking oven in the back of La Cubana.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. It seemed to me like he would go there more than she would come here.
100%.
But that kind of ruins the marriage theory.
And she's trying to like set up the fact that she set up home with Vic Henley. She said that she redecorated the place and filled it with furniture. No offense to Vic Henley. The apartment was nice with the outdoor space, with the pigeons that he'd like to, possibly think about killing from time to time, and he would barbecue, and he had good old Judd Jones living right next door.
That's right. Yeah.
But the fact was, when you walked in Vic Henley's apartment, you would never think a woman decorated that place. It looked like more or less a bachelor pad. There was never anything in the refrigerator. There was no pictures up. I never saw a picture of her in the whole damn apartment. It was.
That's a good point. I don't remember ever seeing one either.
There wasn't a lot of stuff in Vic's apartment. You would basically say he was a minimalist. He didn't have a lot of shit.
Didn't have a lot of shit.
Decorating.
No. It was very bachelor paddish. Like any average dude could accomplish that he had in his place. I think she did buy some chairs or some shit. I think I know the exact chair she's talking about. Like a thin wooden fucking sway back chair that's on like thin metal, but it's like a bar stool height or some shit. And I remember like he put it together and like the screws went through the underside of it. Like it was all fucking stupid. Yeah. And I think she actually bought that for him. Okay. From what I can remember. But no, it was if a chick put her touch on that apartment, she's a terrible woman. She's 100%. A terrible, like she has no style, no fashion, anything like that. His apartment was bare, basic, bar stools, sofa, lounger, bed, outside, basic, but it was a cool apartment, oak floors, brick on the wall,
Sure.
Pretty cool spot,
But it was a bachelor pad at best.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There was no female touching that entire apartment. And every time I went over there, I always would open up the refrigerator, because I'm coming from somewhere. And he's like, buddy, I don't have anything in the fridge. And then we would always have to go out to get something to eat. He had nothing. He had no snacks, nothing.
He never had anything. He would order in or go down to the bar and fucking
incredibly
order something there. Yeah.
A tiny little table, an uncomfortable couch.
Yeah.
His bedroom had a nice bed, I guess. I think he had one TV in the whole damn place, right? Because he didn't really watch a lot of TV.
Right. Yep.
He had a little computer set up on the side with a tiny little desk, and that was more or less it, man.
Yeah. It was what do they call them? Railroad apartments. They're long and narrow.
Right.
So that was what it is. The back of it is the outside, and the front of it is the street there, or the patio in the back, and then the walk up in the front. That's where his living room was.
All right. The place wasn't decorated. She didn't set up a home with Vic Henley. She didn't set. Oh my God.
No. That was done. It was over and done. Right. And the again, and I've said it multiple times already. Like I like this chick.
Yeah.
But this is like a desperation grab, and she's got some. I forget what the guy's name is. Her attorney is like, it's like some Italian last name. No offense, but I felt like it was like some local New York guy she got a hold of. It's like, hey, this and that, blah blah. And
Yeah.
he had like a certain level of fame in this apartment. Do you think?
Right.
And I kind of and it was like, yes, we can get it.
Right.
Let's get this fucking thing.
It's unbelievable. Then she continues. She says that she negotiated the utility bills. How do you negotiate a utility bill?
Here's my guess.
Yeah.
You got utility company A that you're dealing with, right? And you get a flyer in the mail. It's utility B. And they say, hey, if you come over to utility B, we'll knock this off of that, blah, blah. And you say, oh, hey, what's this bill going to be? And you go over there, and then you turn back to your original one, and you say, hey, this is what they say. I think that's what it is. Like, I don't think it's anything more, like, it's even worth mentioning.
Right.
Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Negotiate utility bills?
She's obviously trying to establish the fact that she had a home with Vic Henley.
Yeah.
She has to establish that so she can now steal this apartment from Vic Henley's fucking family that just wants to move on.
Just turn the page.
Terribly.
Yeah.
And this next line is unbelievable.
Oh.
And they shared accounts and passwords to things like, ready? Netflix and Amazon Prime, the paper claims.
Look, how common is that? Like anybody and everybody. You're in a relationship, you got multiple passwords that don't have to do with you. Like you do, whether it's a this or it's a video this or a Netflix that or a whatever. But that's such a nothing thing. I've got that with like 3 chicks and I'm only dating one.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's not even like a big fucking deal.
That's
it's such a desperate, sickening fucking move, dude.
That is desperate. Because you want to establish that you had a home with Vic Henley, and you're like, well, we shared a Netflix account. Oh my God. Jill, Jesus, my Amazon and Netflix passwords are floating all over Oregon and Northern California. I'm not married to any of them, nor would I want to be. Thank you.
Like the fucking Amazon Netflix, that's nothing. Don't tell me that. Like, that's nothing. You might as well just say, hey, we both like M&Ms.
Right.
Like, what else you want to know? That's why I deserve his apartment.
I think I still share a Netflix account with Anthony, just to put it up.
Yeah, like, it's just that's such a benign nothing thing. Like,
dude, if I was the judge or the jury, that right there would say, case is over. You are trying too hard. You are thirsty right now.
There's a friend of mine from college. I've got his mom on my fucking one of my accounts because she likes to watch the British movies. Like, right. Fuck. I mean, I don't even know her last name. Like, she's there. Yeah. It's just stupid.
Unbelievable. All right,
God almighty.
All right. So,
irritation.
All right. But now the administrators of Henley's estate and his mom, Gloria, who's in her 80s, she doesn't need this shit.
She's like 87, I think. 86, 87.
87, survived COVID. She just wants to live out her final days.
The worst sickness she's ever had in her life is what she told me, what COVID was.
Oh, really?
Worst thing she's ever had in her life at 87 years old. And she thought she was going to die, and she was by herself in her house the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah. And her son died last year.
Right.
How about that?
And then she thinks she's sort of like not on the other side. I don't think you're ever on the other side of that, but she's trying to put a lot of this behind her, and now she's got to deal with a lawsuit.
And then guess what happened?
What?
Page 6 put out an article that said blah, 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 blah. And she says, why would she do that? That's probably what she said.
Well, this Page 6 from the New York Post, they're pieces of shit. So I got to go on the record and say that. So I would like to give her a little of the benefit of the doubt here, because Page 6 is a trash paper or a trash section.
You know what? Look, dude, if I were to bet, it's a trash thing that chick is doing. And so Page 6 is trash. And so it all works. It's probably all totally accurate. It's like one of those things, like with all the crazy bullshit Trump always said. Right. Most of the time, there was always like a little bit of truth in it. Yeah. Like it was like there was a little bit of something in there that, like, okay, yeah, that's the thing. Like that's what this whole thing is. It's just sickening. It's sickening.
Could you imagine that she gets the apartment, which is like we established is, it's just a little shy, a little south of $1 million. And the reason she gets it because they go, "Oh my God, you shared a Netflix account with him."
Right. We'd like to move to dismiss this case. Why?
Right.
Well, they shared Netflix and Amazon passwords.
Dude,
well, holy fuck. But is there any more to the article? Because it just angered me so much. I've tried to block it out already.
Yeah, sure. We're just about done with the article. But now the administrators of Henley's estate and his mom, Gloria, 87 years old, survivor of COVID and everything else, are trying to sell the place despite this girl, let's just say, her claiming that the property is hers. Excuse me. I'm having a tough time reading the article because I'm trying to show a little respect because I did like her until this article, and now I'm like, what the fuck? I almost want to call her up and go, please tell me that they're just making this shit up and they're exaggerating. So
right.
I'm purposely not saying her name, and it's messing me up as I try to read this damn thing because I'm a bad reader to begin with. Since Henley didn't leave a will, Gloria, his next of kin, that's Vic's mom, is set to inherit the estate under New York state law. The filing explains. Henley, who was originally from Alabama, made a name for himself in New York comedy clubs and regularly appeared on the Opie and Anthony radio show. Gloria cannot be reached for comment, and this girl's lawyer, Gerard Parisi, declined to comment.
Yeah, well, there's a red flag. When does an attorney not want to say something?
Right.
That's interesting. Yeah.
God, when Weeze called me today and hit me with this thing, because I don't read the stupid New York Post, I was like, what the fuck? And then he hit me up on on the phone there, and I was like, this is unbelievable. Then we got on the phone and ranted and raved and called her a few words there, Judd, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. Very angry, and I think she's in the words of Hillary Clinton, a deplorable. Like I think she's a deplorable. If this is all, look, there's like one article in one publication that's talking about this. I mean, if it looks like a duck and sounds like a duck and walks like a duck, it's probably But if it is true, I think she's a terrible person. I think it won't go anywhere. I think that the stress and the hurt and the sadness that she's putting on his family, if this is true, is terrible, and that's like the lowest form of person, And I know I shouldn't wish anything bad on you. I'm glad we talked earlier, and then I kind of I was kind of thinking like, okay, because like my mind's going in like a very different direction. Because it's like a family thing. Like, think about it. If it had to do with your family and it was like a defending your family thing, like an instinctual thing, like I'm thinking fucking, like you shouldn't exist. Like,
don't get me started. Money makes people do fucking crazy things. I've told a bunch of my stories already on the podcast, but this is really, really.
If it is true, right? Allegedly, is that what they have to say?
Well, I mean, Page 6, basically the New York Post belongs in the fucking dumpster to begin with. But so I'm holding out a little hope that she was misquoted or they're going on some dumb little thing, and we'll see. But I don't know, man. I mean,
where would you put your money? Where would you put your money? Come on, dude. You know what time it is. Like you do. Like, what are the odds of them missing anything on this story? Like, you've seen, take Vic out of it. Like, you've heard of these types of stories that pop up, and it's a thing. It's a money grab. It's a fucking go. Like, trying to do that, and maybe that's all, right? I mean, you've seen this.
My gut says it's a money grab.
Yeah.
I mean, we're two of Vic's closest friends. Between you being his neighbor and getting to hang out with him and opening up for him on the road, and, all over the place, and him doing the radio show on a regular basis, and then the podcast, and then all the times we just hung out doing none of those things.
Right.
I know damn well he never wanted to get married again. That's an absolute. I also know that that apartment was not decorated by a woman. Get the fuck out
come
of
on.
here.
That's not even a thing.
Maybe she was down one weekend, and on a quick Sunday they ran around for an hour. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right, so you fucking ran into Bed Bath and Beyond. Big fucking deal.
Right.
Like, what did you get? What
Right.
did you get? A fucking a cover for the bed?
Right.
What is it? Yeah.
A duvet.
Come on. Duvet. There you go. That's the
I don't
word.
have
Duvet.
any duvets, but
You get a duvet? All right. Well,
duvet.
that's a woman. She contributed to the design of the house.
And I also know that out of nowhere, she blew him off at the end of his life. I think it was way before, February 27, 2020 was when he mailed all her shit back to Cleveland. But
right.
before that.
If I were to guess, I'd say the very beginning, like the first week of February, if not before that, where like it dropped off. Again, you expect and you know a certain level of communication or how much communication you have between your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, whether
Right.
you're in town or out of town, and it just ceased. And it was like a ghosting thing. And he didn't understand what it was. And he actually came over like one time and like almost like emotional about it. Like, you know, he was sad. And here I am just like a dude busting balls like fucking,
yeah, of course.
You know, toughen up, dude, you know, that kind of shit. But this was like a thing that was happening, and then it just ceased. And to the point of I'm mailing a box this fucking big of her shit.
Oh, it was a big
That
box?
we had a box of her shit that all of it, and it was heavy. He couldn't lift it. I lifted it in the back of that fucking Jeep Cherokee, and I drove it over to UPS for him.
Was it really that big?
It was a good sized box, dude. Like it was. He couldn't lift it up. I had to lift it up. He couldn't lift it up. He packed it up. He's dragging it fa-dunk, 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 down the stairs. I was like, fuck, dude, pick it up on that side and I'll carry it to the car. Like it was heavy. It was full of all sorts of shit. February 27th, 2020.
I understand that, but she blew him off way before that because he would talk to me about it. And he was like, what the fuck? You know, out of nowhere, she's not returning my calls anymore. And you don't know what a couple goes through. I don't know the whole story. Maybe they got in a fight or something or whatever.
Sure.
But I could just tell you his side of it, and he was a little bummed. He's like, "What the fuck?" Out of nowhere, I'm trying to give her space. And then he mailed back her shit on February 27, 2020.
Mailed it back. Happily mailed it back. Shortly thereafter, got the Australian airline executive chick at the bar, and it was good times to be had. Yeah.
Remember I told you that Pretty Plus More, you know, I had to show her the headline because she's all about the gossip. She gets in there. She's doing all sorts of investigating. She's like, oh my God, there's a lot of pictures of them. And then she's writing here, they were together October 3rd, 2020. Was that the last time they were together? Is that the last picture posted?
Playing devil's advocate, just like any relationships, ups and downs. I know they were on again, off again.
Oh, wait. I got to stop you because this is hilarious. Jennifer Ferris. They were together 5 months after he died. Yeah, I didn't even pick up on that.
5 months after he died.
Because Pretty Plus More posted that they were together October 2020, whatever. And
October 20. Yeah, all right.
That went right over my head, and Jennifer Ferris picked up on it. Wait, they were together 5 months after
right, I got you. That's right.
If they were together 5 months after Vic died, then God damn it, she deserves that apartment.
Absolutely. She's transcended all that exists.
Right on.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, I'm sorry, I didn't want that comment to pass.
Oh, yeah. No, I forget what I was saying. I'm drunk, stoned, and pissed off.
This really pissed me off, too, man. It took me out of my Islanders game tonight. I don't know. Final thoughts on this, Judd, I guess.
I hate it all. It pisses me off. If it is 100% true, which I feel like all arrows are pointing to that, it really irritates the shit out of me and pisses me off because I like this chick. And nothing I ever saw, heard, or anything would indicate any of the bullshit that I read in that article. I feel like it's a fucking money grab. I feel like we've seen this happen to all sorts of different people at different levels of whatever at any time. It's a person who's trying to go after something that's a little under $1 million to get a little bit of a payday. Right. And if it goes through, then, you know, I guess that's New York for you, right? I mean, I mean, I can't even imagine in any kind of real life that this is a thing, because pretty much everything that was mentioned in that article, I on a firsthand account, I can refute. Pretty much like most of it. It's a money grab, and it's an inconvenience for the guy's family, and they've already suffered so much over the last year.
100%.
And everybody wants to close a chapter. I'll be honest with you. Knowing what I know, I was irritated after he passed away when she was playing the bereaved.
Right.
She's playing the bereaved widow. And, all this, because I'm like, I like her a lot. She's nice. But I'm like, wait, y'all weren't even together. You upset him and got him all emotional like a girl. And then he wound up getting some other chick and having fun doing that because you weren't responding to him at all after all these years. And, that's the reality of the whole thing. So, to try to angle in on something, it's like, that is the lowest form.
There's a lot of spaces that need to be filled in here because, I don't know, maybe.
But I think we know what time it is. I think we only needed one article to see what it is, Dude, I mean. It's all allegedly, right? But you know
what I know. After Vic's passing, she wanted to get into his apartment. And if it was quote, their home together, she didn't have any access to his apartment.
Right. And who knows, maybe she wanted to just get something that was like an emotional connection to him, maybe.
I would understand why she might want to go in, but
I mean, it could have been something as simple as that, but
she's established that it was their home, so if it was their home, she would have been able to get into that apartment pretty easily is my point. I guess I'm playing lawyer right now. My God.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you got keys to go in, then you can go in, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much the baseline to it. It's like having an ID in America if you want to vote, goddammit.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't.
All right there. You all right? That's getting a little too political. People lose their minds.
A little too much.
Politics.
You have to do. That's right.
You got to show that you got the vaccination if you want to get on a cruise ship.
Oh, that's true.
Ooh,
look,
there's some people.
A cruise ship. The only thing that's worth it on a cruise ship is if you have enough money to get like the top of the line thing where you only have to hang out with like 8 other people.
Right.
Like that's really the best way to deal with like a fucking cruise. And if you can do that, it's fucking awesome. It's great. But I can't, never mind COVID. I've been on a cruise before. Can you imagine, I can't imagine being in the public pool with these people.
Right.
Like, I mean, it just doesn't, there's, and I'm sure a lot of them are very fine people, but it's like, it's too much. And everyone's always drunk. Somebody throws up some strawberry daiquiri. It's like a thing that just happens constantly.
You got the governors basically saying, they'll find the cruise ship companies if they make their passengers show the COVID passport, right?
That's right. And that what DeSantis said? DeSantis don't give a fuck.
So, but now the cruise ships are like, well, fuck you and your stupid laws. We're going to still check the people.
Yeah, but didn't DeSantis back down the cruise ships? They acquiesced, I believe.
Oh, he did. Well,
I think they did. I think I saw that. So might have to fact check that. I think I saw that.
Here's my point, and it gets deep into the politics because people like, you ain't gonna mess with my freedom, man. Because of the COVID passport. Okay, I get that in principle. I really do because I hate the government and how they're taking away more and more of our freedoms. I am one of those guys. I get it, but to allow these people to just be on the honor system is the problem I really have with all these fucking things. I don't trust people in general, and now I got to trust that as I'm having a goddamn banana daiquiri near the pool with you on this damn cruise ship that you were vaccinated.
Well, if you don't trust me, if you don't trust me, then get the fuck away from me.
Well, that too.
Right. It's called a wide berth. Walk around. I'm living my life. Right. Isn't that the contrary way to look at it?
But look, I don't trust people to a point that I found a place to live.
Hate people.
Yeah, not more than
I don't. I mean, look, everybody hates everybody. We get that. We try to find enough people we can get along with, right? But like there's tons of people everybody hates. Sure, yes. Go ahead.
Right. No, I was gonna say I hate people so much I found a place to live where I don't see anybody. How about that? I see a goddamn ocean, and know what I think? the next person, as I look out at that ocean, is thousands of miles away.
That is good. See, I don't quite have that. I've got the water, but then I've got another bot, like an island before it gets to that.
So,
but I have something comparable to that, and I think there's a lot to that. Now, look, this is why even before there was the restrictions that were lifted, where I am, like Cape Canaveral area, Central Florida, all that, like everyone's social distancing and doing all that, and there was masks everywhere. Like I don't know what's going on in Miami. Hell, I mean that's the fucking end of the earth down there. Like what's going on in Miami. But like where I am, it's like it's everyone's wearing a mask. Everyone's getting vaccinated. Now people don't have masks, and we're just like living on, and you don't see huge spikes in anything.
No, I understand all that. I think we're going to be all right now. I was nervous, but I've opened up finally.
I don't know. There's a new India variant, dude. You didn't hear Fauci? We could all die again.
Delta variant.
Delta variant. Is that what it is? Delta variant?
Delta. It's Delta variant. Yes.
All I know is Fauci is fucking adorable, isn't he? He's like a cute little fellow.
And he's very trustworthy.
He is. He shoots from the hip. That's right. Very trustworthy.
I just want to piss people off. Yeah. I love just pissing people off. I'll tweet stuff that I don't even mean.
Look at Fauci. You don't have to be an FBI profiler to see what's going on there.
You know what I do? I'll just put an innocent tweet down like, I think everyone should have an easy time at voting in America. And I'll just tweet that out, right? And then I'll just leave for the day and I'll come back and there's just like people arguing the voting thing. I'll just lay the groundwork. I'll just throw a little softball out there. In America, I think it should be very easy to vote. Thoughts? And then I don't even read the responses.
You're a provocateur, dude.
Yeah, I just turn off my phone for the day.
So you post and ghost is what you do.
Hell yeah, I do.
Post and ghost. Get out of there.
I do that.
Let these motherfuckers fight it out.
But that is where I'm at because I really do believe our government takes away way too many of our freedoms. But I don't trust people, so I'm in a quandary with this shit. The new thing in my building, I'm way up high, so by the time I get down to the lobby, I can't even fucking breathe. There's so many goddamn people in the elevator, right? And every person comes in and is like, do you mind if I come in? I've been vaccinated.
Like when the elevator door opens up on the floor, if you're going down, the person will ask you?
Yes, that's the thing in our building. So it's supposed to be one family per elevator ride. So, but I live up so high that by the time I get to the bottom, the elevator's packed and it opens up every other floor. And these people, they're like, I'm just like them. I'm not saying I'm different than them, but they don't want to wait for 3 or 4 elevators. So they go, do you mind if I come in? I've been vaccinated. And I'm looking at them like, the odds that you're actually vaccinated over the fact that you don't want to wait for another 2 or 3 elevators, I believe you don't want to wait more than I believe that you're
I'd be like, show me your passport, bitch. Let's see what it is.
Right there.
You should have it on a lanyard at this point.
Right.
I think I have my card somewhere over here.
So, but that's my point. I don't believe, they should be taking all our freedoms away.
Look at that, dude. I'm legit. Fuck.
I got mine. I'm legit too, you son of a bitch. All right, Judd Jones. Pleasure, bro. It was good to get you.
All right. Well, I'm sure there'll be an update at some point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was in page 6, even though that post is a garbage paper. That page 6 still does pretty well, man. So I would imagine there'd be a follow up to it, but
yeah, it's all disgusting. And again, like when you're inconveniencing the family of a person who's passed away, like to me, that you're like the lowest person on fucking earth, man. Like I can't even, that you're definitely the worst. If it is true, allegedly.
Yeah, I'm holding out hope that's a bit exaggerated, but who knows? We'll see. I gotta go, bro. I gotta go.
All right. Well, we've covered a lot of ground.
Hell yeah, Judd Jones, everybody. Plugging anything? You getting back up on a stage or what?
No, I had those gigs in the yoga studio in Sarasota, which were actually really good. They were really good shows. A lot of people there. A lot of older broads, so I did pretty well. So yeah, hey, what are you gonna do? Good times.
All right, get your ass up to New York so we can have a beer or two.
Yeah, I'll do it soon enough, man.
All right.
All right. Good talking to you, boy.
Right on. Judd Jones live from Florida.
That's right. Go Islanders. And what's his name? Crap-a-Kick? What was I telling you about?
Cumberbund.
Yeah, that guy.
Hey, that it ends like that. All right, guys. Thanks for checking this out. Really, really appreciate it. What do we got? We got helixsleep.com/Opie. What the hell is the bargain? Oh my God, something like I think up to $200 off on mattresses and a couple free pillows just by going to helixsleep.com/Opie. Brand new sponsor to the Opie Radio podcast. So welcome aboard to those guys. If you gave me a few bucks, thank you very much. It motivates me to turn this on a regular basis. If you didn't give me money, that's okay too. Trust me on that. But I am trying to just keep all my shit free, so it helps. And I'm babbling. I know when I'm babbling, so I'm just going to reach for this end broadcast.
Boo, 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 boo.
Opie Radio.
Boo, 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 boo.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo.